Right, we are here in Navi Mumbai for a massive day for Indian cricket. The Women's World Cup final is set to be played in Navi Mumbai at the D.Y. Patil Stadium on Sunday. India will be playing South Africa to get their hands on what will be their first ever senior ICC Women's trophy. India have won the under-19 title in the women's twice. They have been in multiple ODI World Cup finals twice to be specific, and then a T20 World Cup final in 2020, but they've never been able to get past the final hurdle. In the past, it has been either Australia or England who has been the final hurdle for India, whether it is 2005 or 2017 or even in 2020. However, this time, the Harmanpreet Kaur led side has knocked out Australia in the semi-final, and they will be playing South Africa in the final. Going into the clash, Harmanpreet Kaur said that the team is in good spirits. They want to put away the emotional, highly intense clash that was India-Australia behind and start fresh, recover well, because they know this is a moment that they have been waiting for. In her own words, there is no bigger moment in a cricketer's life than playing a home World Cup final and winning it in front of the home crowd. That is exactly what she would be trying to do. But to do that, she and the team has to tick a lot of boxes on the way to get the hands on the trophy. 100 overs to go. India have to pick the right combination as they did against Australia. There is still going to be a toss-up between whether they are going to go with Sneh Rana or Radha Yadav. And then, of course, the fact that whether they're going to once again keep Jemimah at number 3 after seeing what she could do, or push someone else up and maintain the 6th bowling option. There's a lot of combinations going on. It's going to be the same pitch as that of the India-New Zealand match. So expect a high-scoring contest, but it will also depend on the weather as well. So far, the forecast looks good, but again, South Africa is known to chase. They have the batting depth, and they did chase a really good total against India in Visakhapatnam only few weeks ago. And that time, India were in a position of strength, and it was Nadine de Klerk who pulled off a haste. From there on, South Africa have picked momentum. They have come to the semi-final, beating England, a dominating performance, century for Laura Wolvaardt in the semi-final against England. They too will be looking for their first ever senior women's ICC title. First ever white ball title for both men and women. Like, yes, the men won the World Test Championship, but this will be the World Cup, first ever World Cup for the South Africa across the senior men and women teams. Which is why, in many ways, these are two teams who have been in the past, have many stories of so near it so far, who have been longing for that one moment that changes the landscape of the women's sport in their country. The 2020 T20 World Cup did that for South Africa, where Cape Town saw a full crowd, a 13,000 strong fan, a sold out crowd in Newlands, but obviously Australia beat South Africa and won the trophy. But it marked a significant moment for South African cricket, especially for the women. They went on to reach another final in 2024 T20 World Cup after again beating Australia. But after beating Australia, they were so spent up. They looked like a shadow of themselves in the final against New Zealand, and that is exactly what they will be hoping for the case for India as well. But what would it mean for India to win a World Cup, India women to win a World Cup? They have been chasing this for more than 50 years now. They're still waiting for that 1983 moment. They have struggled a lot. They have defied the odds. More often than not, they have come this far despite the system. Yes, the resources have come in. Yes, BCCI has, pulled in a lot of things. WPL has come in. And then, of course, central contracts and everything is there. But without that World Cup trophy, without that feeling that, you have done that's exactly what Harmanpreet was talking about. That when asked about the past final losses and, what she's going to feel about that, she said, we have felt we know what the feeling of losing the final a few many times. We want to be there and feel what it is like to win a World Cup, and which will have a massive impact on not just the players' self-belief, but also the ecosystem in general, right from grassroots level to the top. That's exactly what India will be going for, and it will not be any different for South Africa. They're not financially as rich a board as Australia or England or India, and they are still struggling to find a place for themselves, especially in the last few years from a financial point of view. But this team, once again led by Laura Wolvaardt, have come to this final with their own faults. Much like India, they have lost to the same teams. The only difference is that South Africa beat India, and the rest apart. It's been a very similar campaign for them, more or less. So it's going to be a very even contest, very interesting contest. But irrespective of who wins, it's going to be the landmark moment for both South Africa and Indian cricket, which marks a generational shift on the way women's cricket goes forward in the respective countries. We will be here after the final to see what has happened, whether it is yet another heartbreak for India or it's going to be a historic moment for Harmanpreet and co. and the Indian cricket as well. Until then, this is Gomesh signing off. Thank you for watching.